Okay guys, welcome back to Halo WinlatorXR in the Pico 4 Ultra using WinlatorXR, which is available for the Quest 3, Quest 3S, Quest 2, Pico 4 Ultra, Pico 4, possibly Pico Neo 3 Link. You get the idea. Play for Dream. Any headset that can support it, it will support it. So Halo WinlatorXR has been updated in line with the update to WinlatorXR itself. And there's two big changes that the community has been shouting for, and they've been implemented by Bigelod into Halo WinlatorXR. So the first one is you no longer have to play the game with your left hand floating around doing nothing. You can now two-handed grip the weapons, and it reacts completely naturally. So you can wave to your enemies and then properly aim down your sights with two-handed grip. Really, really cool. And the next update, and this is going to be entirely dependent on your comfort level in VR, is there is now a stereo 3D side-by-side mode that you can very easily enable by simply pausing the game and clicking that A button on your controller. And this is now in 3D for me. So I'm going to undo that change and just very quickly demonstrate how this effect looks. So I bring up the menu here and just show you the gun. If you focus on what the gun's doing here, this is a monoscopic render, so the gun isn't moving. If I pause and enable 3D side-by-side support, you can see the gun is going mad, and I don't actually see the gun going mad in VR. That's obviously not how it should look. What's happening is it's flashing each frame between each eye using alternate eye rendering, the same as what Luke Ross was using in his techniques for the VR mods that he done on PC. So stuff like the Cyberpunk and all the other games that had the recent drama going on. So hopefully that gives a good example of what's happening. Each eye's getting a very rapid flash of frames, and it gives a 3D effect to the image. So combined with two-handed weapons, 6-off VR, and now 3D, this is as close to Halo VR we're ever going to get, guys. So there's more changes that you can do, and I'm going to go into that in the later part of the video. But performance-wise and comfort-wise, this is going to be entirely dependent on the user, and it's not forced on by default, just by nature of AER isn't always comfortable for people. So very easy to toggle on and off. Just click an A either within a cutscene or on the pause menu, and you can just enable and disable it on the fly. So let me go back out of the Halo WinlatorXR app, and I'll be able to show you the container settings and go into a bit more tips that you can do within Halo WinlatorXR. So first of all, the new version of WinlatorXR is going to look different. You're going to have a different UI, and I will cover this in a separate video. But for the Halo thing we're interested in, I'm going to go back to the container setup. All of the instructions, as per the last guide, is exactly the same. But I'm going to be able to show you a few differences here in the container that I've created for Halo WinlatorXR. I'm going to just go back into edit this, and going down to the new XR tab, which previously only had controller bindings. Under here, we now have CPU level and GPU level. Now, as you can see, I've already changed something here. 25 low, 50 high, 75 boost. This is how Qualcomm name it according to LeBoss. And what this does is set up to a maximum of level 5 CPU and GPU. And under any normal circumstances, you would expect boosting the clock rate of your CPU and GPU up to the maximum with the maximum performance. However, when you're CPU bottlenecked in WinlatorXR, that's not always the case. So, especially around Silent Cartographer map, it actually gives you a big frame rate boost by lowering the GPU level, because when you're sat at a high clock rate with low utilization, it's rendering the frames. It sounds daft, but it's not rendering as many frames. So what you can do is actually keep the CPU level high and the GPU level a step down, depending on how far you need to go there. And you will actually get better frame rate in a CPU bottleneck situation like that. Just how WinlatorXR works. So refresh rate's always going to be a default at 72. I would highly recommend leaving that just to give you a bit more chance of actually making 72 frames per second. So yeah, that's the only change you really need to mess with if you do want to mess with it. And going into the container itself, I'm going to be able to show you how to actually set up the configuration file. So let's do that now. So if I jump into the Halo container that I created, and this is where the shortcut was taken from as per the last video with the instructions how to set this up. When I go back into the Halo installer, so I've installed the mod, I've got it working, I've come back out. going back into the game install folder and the VR folder, you should see HWXR confedit.exe. So you can run that, and you'll be able to change the two options that I've been talking about, which is the two-handed weapons and also the alternate eye rendering. So very handily, you don't need to mess with anything else. You can use this enable non-stationary boundary if you want to do full-on room scale. Now Bigelod has shown that running around in a field outside, so you can do real true 6th off, and there's a scale slider here to be able to move you physically more in the game compared to your relative movements. That's for another video. I don't have a big enough space right now to be able to show that off, but the main ones are alternate eye render in 3D. This is on if you just leave it and do it by the pause menu, or you can always force it. I wouldn't recommend forcing this all the time because it's honestly too performance heavy and not entirely comfortable for everyone. So this does work already, just don't force it on from this config file. The main one you want to do is combine use of reload and use buttons. So you can tick this and just click save settings. And what that does is now take the controller A button to reload and pick up your guns, and the grip trigger on your left controller will obviously grip your rifles and two-handed guns. So it's pretty cool. So once you've saved that, just close and exit your container. So the game will still be started from the shortcuts, and I go into the Halo shortcut itself and go over another change that you could do if you wish. So before we were limited to 1400 by 1400 as a set resolution. This has now changed. So if you have the headroom and you know you're making frame rate, you can change this resolution to whatever you want, and it will reflect that in the game. So if you weren't too happy with the low resolution of 1400 by 1400, you can boost it up and set what you want. I recommend sticking with an actual 1-to-1 ratio here. So it is 2400 to 400 for me. That gives me about playable performance on a Pico 4 Ultra using the Turnip driver. So you can set that. Be aware when you use the alternate eye rendering, that is really going to hit your performance. You essentially have to render double the amount of frames to have a smooth experience. So be very cautious of what you set. I would still recommend just 1400 by 1400. Tried and tested across all of the headsets here to make frame rate throughout the game. So that's it. If you want to check this out, check the links in the description. Update your WinlatorXR build and update the HWXR from Bigelod. And yeah, give it a check out. Cheers, guys.